thank you so much, Jonathan, for being on the call today. I'm excited. We've been able to do some amazing things together. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a ride. We've had our highs and we've had our lows, right? But we're here at the end. We made it to the end. And I want the people to kind of hear a little bit from you, hear about your experience. But first things first, let us know your name. Let us know where you're located.
So my name is Jonathan Elayo, and I'm located in Nigeria, Abuja.
Okay.
Nigeria.
Okay, nice. Have you ever been to the States before?
Yes, I was there a couple times last year in June and also in September.
Okay, nice. So if you had to pick, which one are you picking? You picking back home or are you picking the States? Which one are you going with?
Yeah, I had to pick the States. It's going to be a long time.
Yeah. Well, when I come out to Nigeria, I'm definitely giving you guys a ring because I'm gonna need a tour guide to see what's going on. I've heard so many good things. It's travel time for me. The travel time is so big. I just can't see myself in the airport or in the airplane that long. So I have to get mentally prepared for that.
The travel time is crazy, but like it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. It's going to be really worth it. You enjoy Nigeria for sure. Trust me. Just give us a ring whenever you're ever coming to Abuja.
I definitely will. So what made you say you were ready to move into the Airbnb space? Like, what was that like for you?
For me, it was more about having like an extra source of income that wouldn't require much of me doing a lot, like being there a lot and overseeing activities and all of that. And Airbnb seemed like something that has a business model that runs itself, and that was the main reason, having the extra source and Airbnb providing that, comfort I'm looking for, and also the earnings as well.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. Airbnb is something that I've been doing since 2018, and I've learned how to kind of just make it flow, make it make sense, And once you do one, it's kind of like a rinse and repeat process. Like, how did you hear about me, and what made you feel so comfortable to work with me?
All right, so getting into it was like doing it from like me being in Nigeria and trying to have it set up in the States is a different ball game altogether. So I knew that I had to get somebody that was in the game already, that somebody that knew their way around the industry and to hold my hand through it and everything. So while I was doing my research, I watched a couple of YouTube videos here and there, went through some blogs, and I came across yours. And the way you went about, like, right from how you started to look your mode or your approach towards getting the properties, like you mentioned of the website you spoke about. I can't remember the name exactly, but there was a detailed description it gave as to how to go about it, and that was what made it stand out. Quite like, oh, this person really knows what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, nobody said anything close to that, or nobody like actually made it simple like that, simplified everything and made it like put it out there for free. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, this person definitely knows what she's doing. And
I definitely appreciate that. I remember like it was yesterday. I think it was like June or July. And I'm just like going about my day, and I get like a message, and you're like, oh, I'm in, Nigeria. And I'm like, Nigeria? And you're like, hey, can we get the phone, and I'm like, yeah, of course. So we get on the phone, we do the call, and you guys were so excited, your family and everybody who was like kind of cheering you on in the process. They were like, do it. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I've never, worked with a client that I've never met. So for guys, if you're watching this, Jonathan and I have never met before a day in our lives. This is the only way we've communicated, is via phone and via Zoom. And we work a time difference. Like right now, for me, it's 1:14 p.m. For Jonathan right now, it's 8:14 p.m. So we had the time difference. That was something we dealt with. The distance, the phone call, the internet, like it's always has been something in the process. But Jonathan's been so coachable. He's been so helpful. He's listened. He's allowed me to lead. He's allowed himself to, input where he needed to. And I think that's what made this combination really, really work, is being coachable and trusting in what I had going on. And that's something I definitely want to say thank you for, because it wasn't like a battle. It wasn't like, okay, I say this and then you want to do that. It was like you trusted in me to do what I do. And now we're at the end. You have your first, unit. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It looks so good. And you just did such an amazing job. How did it feel as things were happening in like the setup process? Because we used Amazon for a lot of stuff. We had to do a lot of phone calls. How did that process feel?
It was easier and more smoother than I expected, because it was so easy. I was like, oh, are we gonna have to trust you to, like, are we gonna have to like put you under the stress of going through everything, like furnishing and all? And then you came up with the idea of like having that list on Amazon, and then we pick and choose what we'd like to have. Like, how it's just like I was there choosing and doing the furnishing myself, but which like with your help that made it all happen. So also the process was awesome, right from when we got the place, getting through paying the rent. And I like how inclusive it is, how we are still in charge of it, and let me set up the Wi-Fi and everything under our like company details and everything. That was awesome, so it's easy for us to track and make payments and pay bills and all right from Nigeria, all the way in the United States.
I think that's one of the biggest things is like when you get into something like this, you don't want somebody to just take it and run with it. You want to be, you wanted to learn the process. You want to be able to know what's going on, when things were happening, how things are happening, so that later on you're able to do this on your own, and you spoke about getting more properties and, wanting to expand. So it's like once you learn the process, it's a rinse and repeat. You can do it over and over again because you've already done it, What is one thing that you would tell somebody who wants to get it started? Like, what would you tell them if they're on the fence, if they're kind of like, I don't know, if they're maybe in another country or maybe in the States? What would you tell them for someone who's thinking about getting started?
I'd say they definitely won't regret it. They definitely won't regret it. It has way more upsides than the downsides. Of course, just like any other business, it has, time has to come to play, as time goes on, things grow. Growth takes place naturally, but like it's definitely worth getting into, especially with the way inflation and economies are just tanking around the world and everything. It's best to have like something to fall back on and something on the side that you have going on for you.
Yeah. What's your overall goal in the short-term rental industry? What does that look like for you and your business?
Goal, let me say, if I have at least six units running different places, in the States, possibly even in Nigeria, depending on how things go. But it's going to be more lucrative in the States, but then 6 to 10 units in the States is my actual goal. Like, if I can hit that, I'm okay, and that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I think 6 to 10 units, 6 to 8 units. I feel like now that you've been in there, you did a lot of the ordering, you did a lot of like the hands-on process. I feel very confident in you like going and doing 6 to 8 units. And especially, I'm not really sure what the market's like in Nigeria, but definitely being someone who's done something in the States first and then taking it to Nigeria, I think you can elevate the experience out there. I feel like you would have more of an insight to make it run better. Whereas somebody maybe in Nigeria, they don't have all the insights as someone in the States. So you're like you're ahead of the game in that aspect. So I can definitely see you doing 6 to 8 with your eyes closed after this first one starts to generate income. I feel very, very confident in you definitely moving on with that. Would you recommend Property to Profit, the academy that you work with me in? Would you recommend it to someone maybe watching, friends, family? Would you tell them that it was a safe process and that you're happy with it?
100%. 100%. Yes. Yes, I will recommend. And yes, it was safe and seamless and smooth. Everything went well from the start to the bottom, like from the start to the end, rather. It is 100% 10/10 recommend. Yes, I will.
For sure. Man, I really, really appreciate your time. I'm super, super excited. We got our first booking. We're now on our second booking. The property has been up a little less than a month. We're excited because of things that are coming in. The reviews are looking good. It looks beautiful. Again, I have to throw the credit back to you because you did a lot of the work, you know, by being present, by showing up, by being coachable. And I definitely have to tell you that you were one of the smoothest students that I've ever worked with. You know, there was no battle, there was no issue. So I'm grateful that you know, took the time to watch my videos. You took the time to, you know, invest in yourself and invest into me. And I'm just excited that we were able to get you such an amazing result. So guys, just know that Jonathan and I never met. He is in Nigeria, I am in the States, and he was still able to get his first short-term rental property by being distant, and this being the only communication that we've ever had. So just know that Jonathan can do it. I promise you guys, you can do it too. So if you're somebody watching this video, Jonathan, give these people at least 2 words of encouragement before we get out of here. How would you encourage the newest person in the room right now?
I'd say if it's on your mind already, just do it, you know. And the best time to have started is yesterday, because you know, what's the hold up? There's no, just do it, man. Like, it's definitely going to be worth it, and it's definitely going to pay off. You know, and go with Rhonda for sure. Go with Rhonda. Rhonda is your guy for this.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. We definitely appreciate you. Good luck, guys. I will definitely link a link for Jonathan's Airbnb. If you are ever in the Houston area, his Airbnb is up, it's running, and it's super, super amazing. I'll leave the link below so that you can book with Jonathan. Again, Jonathan, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we wish you nothing but success and nothing but luck moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.